only move forward. He can't actually move backwards like the emu. So this is him starting from one end of a certain tribal boundary and going to the other. When you see dots, it's always looking down from the sky, like when you're in an airplane. It's the pattern in the landscape. So he's moving through different vegetation. Okay, so there's different plant lives. That's why you got the different seasons. And these ones here, they can sometimes either be water holes if they're blue, the little circles, but they're not. Okay, they're campsites because they're not blue for water. So that's basically what it is. And in my grandma's language, kangaroo is bunda. When it jumps, bunda, 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 bunda.
Red is the earth, black is the people. This is the air, pink is the air, yellow is the sun. And this is the kangaroo. This is his stomping ground. This is home, it means his home. And he hops all around. He hops all around with the sun as his streak. And this is where they meet. This is the meeting place. So they travel back and forth. And it's called the meeting place of the kangaroo. Australia. Big. Here. That's my tribe. But I was stolen off my mother. We hate each other today. That's my only upset.
Aboriginal culture was never documented in history. It was verbally passed on for over 40,000 years. It was also depicted in artworks and songs and dances. Each song and dance portrayed a segment of Aboriginal history, whether that being a kangaroo dance or any animal dance of that kind. It could be a spiritual baptism, it could be a celebration dance. Everything that the community was experiencing was documented in a song, dance, or through their artworks. here at Descendants is situated in the suburb of Redfern. When people hear the name Redfern, especially non-Indigenous people, they shudder in fright. They think about handbag snatching, robberies and lots of things. A lot of people are even scared to walk the streets of Redfern. But again, this is just a fallacy. Once you get to know Aboriginal people, they are kind with a spiritual outlook on life. They are much closer to God than people will ever realise, on a knowing, an inner connection with their land. And they are some of the best people I've ever met at being Aboriginal people. And they are really, really close to the source of spiritualism than people can imagine. The continuity of Aboriginal culture just kept going for 40,000 years. When the Aborigines created songs and dances in relation to animals, what they used to do was they used to study and observe the animal's characteristics and nature. By studying the animal's characteristics and nature, they were then able to predict where they would be and what they would do. And by being able to do that, they were able to hunt them successfully. The kangaroo dance, which of course is a famous dance all over Australia, but each tribe has a different kangaroo dance because all the tribes have a different language. The kangaroo dance that Descendants perform pays respect to the kangaroo. Not only was it eaten, the fur was used for bed and sheltering, the bones were used for tools and weapons, the sinew in its tail was used for string. The Aboriginal people respected the kangaroo, and the kangaroo, even after the kangaroo was hunted down, the kangaroo never died. The spirit of the kangaroo that was eaten by the Aborigines integrated within the person who ate the kangaroo. So the kangaroo spirit and the Aboriginal person eating it, the two spirits, then became one. And Aboriginal people always paid respects to the animal. If the kangaroo was your totem or your emblem, you could not eat that. Or if the crocodile was your emblem, you could not eat that. So every tribe has an emblem or a symbol of an animal, and they are not allowed to eat that totem of that animal. That way they were able, there was never a chance of extinction of the animals. Aboriginal people never abused the environment or animals the way it's being abused today. It's just a branch off a tree, and what they do is they cut the branch, then they clear everything out of the branch, then they put it in the water to give it some moisture, then they paint it, they put beeswax on it, and presto, you have it. It's straight from Mother Nature. The insect is responsible for the making of a didgeridoo, a termite. So when you go out into the woods to look for possible didgeridoos, the first thing you must look for is termite. If there's termite nests in the area, that means all the trees in the area will be filled with billions and billions of termites, which is good news for didgeridoo makers. That means that most of the branches will have holes eaten out by the termites inside. So the way to know if there's termite activity, if that's a branch of a tree, it's not solid. There's termites in there. Cut it. Millions of termites. Put hot coals down here. Get rid of all the termites. Then people will put it in a riverbed for a little while to clean it, and once it's cleaned, they may want to smooth it, varnish it, paint it. They may want to paint a design on it, and then they put beeswax on the end, and when they blow it, it makes a sound. Even though there's millions and millions of didgeridoos, no two didgeridoos are the same. They can't be the same because every tree is different, every branch is different length. The only thing that can be similar in a didgeridoo is the key. And this is the reason didgeridoo players own a lot of didgeridoos, because they want a didgeridoo with each particular key. So when they're performing with musicians, musicians may say, I need a didgeridoo in the key of F. F sharp, G. They come in all different keys, but the tone of every didgeridoo is different. Even though the key may be the same, no two didgeridoos are alike.